I'm gonna call this town council meeting of Tuesday, September the 5th to order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes, sir. Councilman Brown,
Present.
Councilman Fields.
Here.
Chair Pro Tem Miles,
Present.
Councilwoman Peterson,
Here.
Councilman Pete,
Here.
Vice Mayor Nickerson,
Yeah.
Mayor Wood.
Present.
Sir, you have a quorum.
All right. Next, we'll ask Pastor Coates if she will come up and lead us in a invocation to open up this council meeting.
God bless you and thank you for the opportunity to come and pray. Praise God today. Father, we thank you and we bless your name on today, God. We magnify you. 1 Timothy 2:1-2 says, I urge them first of all that petitions, prayer, intercession, and thanksgiving be made for all people, for all kings and all those in authority, that we may live peacefully and quiet lives in all godliness and holiness. I pray for our community members' hearts this afternoon, Jesus. I pray for compassion. I pray for overcome of social issues. Pray that everyone be treated fairly, restoration and peace. I pray for hope over despair, wisdom in the face of all the things that are going on, God, in our lives, God. I pray for all council and board members. God, I pray that you will lead this council, God, and you will lead these people that are here for whatever issues or whatever problems or whatever situation that goes before them. I just pray that you give them wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I pray, God, that you allow each council member, God, to listen carefully, God, to what each person will be saying. And I just pray, God, that you cover them in the blood, that you protect them as they, Father God, make decisions over so many different problems or so many different situations that will arise today. Cover them in the blood, protect them and keep them. And I pray for your protection because I know that it's not easy where they sit, God. So I pray that you cover them in the blood, that you protect them and that you build a fence around them and that no hurt, harm, or danger will come upon them or their family members. I decree and declare the power of God. I decree and declare the anointing of God. I decree and declare the wisdom, the knowledge of God. I decree and declare it over the town of Dumfries. In the name of Jesus, I decree and declare that murder rates, anything, God, that is not of you, that it deceives, God, in the name of Jesus, I pray over this town. I pray the covering of the blood over our young people in this town. I pray the covering of the blood over our school systems in this town. I pray the covering and the blood over the police department in this town. I pray the covering the blood over every business in this town. Lord, every church that is in this town, God, in the name of Jesus, let the Holy Spirit have its way and we will give you the praise. We will give you the honor. We will give you the glory in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. No, that was
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Next on our agenda is the adoption of our agenda. Are there any amendments or additions to the agenda?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I do have one amendment. I'd like to add an item for closed session on one matter related to discussion with legal counsel regarding a specific matter requiring advice of counsel, the lobbyist contract pursuant VA Code 2 Tech 3711A.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, if I could also add another matter of closed session, if we're doing that resolution.
Okay.
One matter of discussion with legal counsel of actual litigation, CCATT LLC versus Town of Dumfries, pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.23711A7 for Councilwoman Miles's matter 2.23711A8.
All right. Were there any other additions? I think I had a resolution. Tanya, did I have a resolution?
Yes, sir.
Oh, when we put it, when we advertise? Okay, yeah, very well. Anything else, council? Any discussion on the amendments? All right. Seeing none, I welcome a motion to accept it as amended.
So move.
Okay,
Second.
it's been moved and second. Seeing no further discussion, I'll call for the question. All right. Councilman Fields,
Yes.
Councilman Peak,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem,
Aye.
Vice Mayor.
Yeah.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Aye.
Let's say yes with me. All right, the agenda has been adopted. All right, first on our agenda, our awards and presentations. We'll start with our awards of our youth leadership proclamations. For this is Youth Leadership Month. We will be recognizing and honoring youth throughout this month at our council meetings for their emerging leaders. So we'll start down here with Councilman Brown and work our way down.
Thank you, Mayor. Youth Leadership Month proclamation for Benita Osei. Whereas the vitality of the community rests in the hands of its young leaders who epitomize the essence of progress and change. And whereas it is the great honor that we spotlight Benita Osei, a remarkable student of Woodbridge Senior High School, whose intrinsic qualities and self-motivation and forward-leaning attitude exemplifies true leadership. And whereas Benita Osei insatiable thirst for knowledge is evident as she delves into comprehending the intricate interplay between local, state, and federal government, showcasing her fervent dedication to understanding the mechanisms that drive society. And whereas Benita Osei's conviction and her ability to effective, positive change on society through informed decision-making reflects her deep-rooted belief in the potential of her generation to shape a better future. And whereas Benita Osei's eagerness to foster a harmonious relationship between levels of governance underscores her commitment to unity and cooperation for the betterment of our shared community. Now, therefore, let it be proclaimed that the town of Dumfries, with the immense pride and respect, designates the month September 2023 as the time to honor and allow the exceptional leadership embodied by Benita Osei. During Youth Leadership Month, we celebrate her as a beacon of insight and a testament to the power of youth-driven determination in shaping our future.
Youth Leadership Month proclamation for Jalen Waddell. Whereas the potential of our community lies in the hands of its young leaders who embody the value of hard work, respect, and integrity, forming the bedrock for a future of transformative leadership, cooperative partnerships, and meaningful connections. And whereas it is with great honor and enthusiasm that we recognize Jalen Waddell, an exceptional individual who has embraced the foundational principles of hard work, respect, and integrity, preparing for a lifetime of impactful leadership, productive collaborations, and ethical conduct. And whereas Jalen Waddell's journey of growth and character development stands as a testament to the power of instilling core values that mold future leaders who embody dedication, respect for others, and unwavering integrity. And whereas Jalen Waddell's role as a summer intern with the town of Dumfries reflects their commitment to the betterment of the community, showcasing their dedication to active citizenship and hands-on involvement in local matters. Now, therefore, let it be proclaimed that the town of Dumfries, with profound respect, appreciation, and pride, dedicate the month of September 2023 to honoring and celebrating the exceptional leadership demonstrated by Jalen Waddell. As we embrace Youth Leadership Month, we commend them as a shining example of the values that pave the way for success and a positive impact in our community and beyond. Congratulations, Jalen.
And our next youth leader is Miss Ania Berryman. Whereas the strength of our community resides in the spirit of its young leaders who illuminate the path towards a brighter tomorrow. And whereas it is with great admiration that we recognize Ania Berryman, a 16-year-old 11th grader at Forest Park High School, for her exceptional embodiment of leadership qualities. And whereas Ania Berryman demonstrates her leadership prowess not only through her exceptional grades, but also through her actions, serving as an inspirational role model to her peers. And whereas Ania Berryman's proactive approach to her education, including her diligent preparations for college, stands as a testament to her dedication to personal growth and academic excellence. And whereas Ania Berryman's influence extends beyond the classroom, as she serves as a guiding light and role model to her younger family members who hold her in the highest esteem. And whereas Ania Berryman's commitment to fostering inclusivity and unity is evident through her membership in both the Black Student Union and the Honor Society of Scholars, organizations that champion diversity and academic achievement. Now, therefore be it proclaimed that we, the town of Dumfries, wholeheartedly celebrate and honor Ania Berryman's exceptional leadership during the month of September 2023. As we embrace Youth Leadership Month, we hold up Ania as a beacon of inspiration and a living example of the positive impact that youthful determination and leadership can have on our community. Congratulations, Ania.
Youth Leadership Month proclamation for Shariah Coles. Whereas the future of our community flourishes under the guidance of its youth leaders who embody dedication and virtue. And whereas it is with profound admiration that we bring attention to Shariah Coles, an exceptional student of Hilton High School, whose steadfast commitment to education and virtuous character illuminate the path of leadership. And whereas Shariah Cole's unwavering pursuit of knowledge is evidenced through her impressive GPA of 3.6, a reflection of her diligence and tenacity in the face of academic challenges. And whereas Soraya Cole's exemplary conduct, staying resolutely out of trouble, exemplifies her maturity and sense of responsibility that resonates a positive example to her peers. And whereas beyond her academic achievements, Soraya Cole's role as a mentor to her younger siblings showcases her inherent leadership qualities, setting the stage for a promising future generation. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the town of Dumfries, with profound respect and appreciation, dedicates the month of September 2023 to honoring the exemplary leadership displayed by Soraya as we celebrate Youth Leadership Month. We acknowledge her as an embodiment of diligence, virtue, and mentorship that has the power to inspire greatness in our community and beyond. Signed, Derek Wood, Order to Council, September 5th, 2023. Soraya is not here, but I believe they will come later, and we'll make sure we'll give her a due diligence in presenting her the award then.
Youth Leadership Month proclamation for Tanner Nickerson. Whereas the future of our community lies in the hands of young leaders. We've heard that over and over. Whereas we're proud to recognize the exceptional leadership exemplified by Tanner Nickerson, a sixth grade student at Potomac Shores Middle School. And whereas Tanner has proven himself as a beacon of motivation, guiding his peers toward achieving their goals through his unwavering dedication and encouragement. And whereas on the football field, Tanner has shown remarkable leadership prowess as a quarterback, wide receiver, and a cornerback. You ready for the NFL? Leading his team to success for 6 seasons. And whereas Tanner's commitments to community shines as he confidently leads the Pledge of Allegiance at town events, embodying his patriotism and unity. And whereas in 5th grade, Tanner's participation in our youth town hall as an elementary school representative showcases dedication to civic engagement and meaningful dialogue amongst our youth. Whereas Tanner's role recently as a junior reporter on Fox 5 News demonstrated his capacity to articulate and amplify important voices. And whereas Tanner's current position as a junior coach for the Dolphins girls flag football team in Culpeper underscores his continued commitment to fostering leadership and camaraderie. What's that word? Come right, that word. Now, therefore, let it be resolved. Let it be known that we, the Town Council, proudly declared this month as a time to celebrate Tanner Nickerson's exceptional leadership. We recognize Youth Leadership Month. We uplift Tanner as an embodiment of positive impact that young leaders can have on our community and beyond. Give him a round of applause. Did we miss any kid?
Youth Leadership Month proclamation for Autumn Brown. Whereas the foundation of empowered community is built upon strength of its young leaders who possess the skills to communicate, inspire, and excel. And whereas we take great pride in recognizing Autumn Brown, a remarkable individual whose exceptional leadership qualities shine brightly through her adept communication skills, conflict resolution abilities, and remarkable time management. And whereas Autumn Brown's gift of clear and effective communication serves as a beacon, allowing her to connect with people around her and convey her ideas with precision and grace. And whereas Autumn Brown's skillful conflict resolution strategies showcases her ability to maintain harmony and find common ground, promoting unity within her sphere of influence. And whereas Autumn Brown's exceptional time management skills have enabled her to strike a remarkable balance between her academic pursuits and a multitude of extracurricular activities, demonstrating her unwavering commitment to both personal and growth and community engagement. Now, therefore, let it be known that the town of Dumfries, with deep appreciation and admiration, designates the month of September 2023 as time to celebrate and honor the extraordinary leadership exemplified by Autumn Brown. As we embrace Youth Leadership Month, we acknowledge her as a shining example of effective communication, conflict resolution, and time management skills that illuminate the path to success for our community and beyond. Congratulations, Autumn.
One more round of applause for all our youth here tonight. Dumfries, our future looks bright. We have some great young people in this community doing great things. Yes, sir.
I actually wanted to make a comment on those proclamations, Mr. Mayor. The mayor did ask me several times to find if I knew of a leader within the community out of our youth. Maybe 3 times, maybe, right? And thinking and going around and noticing out the children that we have, I couldn't find one leader within our youth, because the way I move is I feel like all of our children are leaders, especially coming out of Prince William County and going to a couple of conferences and seeing that our children representing out of this county here. I just really believe that from our kindergarten, well, let's say Head Start, daycare, all the way up to graduation and pursuing in college, that we have a lot of great leaders within Prince William County. That's all I have, Mayor.
All right. It's Library Card Sign-Up Month, for those of you who don't know, so I'm going to read a proclamation for it. It says, whereas in the year 2023, libraries continue to stand as an invaluable hub of knowledge, culture, and community engagement. Whereas the month of September has been designated as Library Card Sign-Up Month. How many of y'all got library card? Oh, not many, okay. And it presents a unique occasion for individuals to engage with their local libraries and to explore the multitude of enriching service they bestow upon our communities. Whereas the art of obtaining a library card opens the gateway to treasure trove of literary wonders, educational resources, and opportunities for personal growth. And whereas the celebration of the Library Card Sign-Up Month provides an avenue for citizens to not only benefit from the multitude of offerings within the libraries, but also to share the excitement and joys of acquiring a library cards with others. And whereas the enthusiasm and engagement of individuals play a pivotal role, I didn't say that word, but don't worry, in fostering a culture of continuous learning, intellectual curiosity, and community cohesiveness. And whereas the Dumfries Town Council is dedicated to promoting the value of libraries and the services to the community, as well as encouraging widespread participation in the festivities of Library Card Sign-Up Month. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that during the month of September 2023, all residents are encouraged to embrace the spirit of Library Card Sign-Up Month. Here are a few ways you can join in the celebration and help spread the word about the countless joys of obtaining a library card. 1, I'm asking everyone to visit your local library and acquire your library card, unlocking the world of knowledge and resources. 2, share your library experience and the benefits of having a library card with family, friends, and neighbors, and on social media. 3, explore the various events at the library, the workshops and programs organized by the library to enhance your learning journey. And lastly, engage with the library staff, who you're going to meet soon, and fellow patrons to build connections and contribute to the vibrant communities that libraries foster. Signed, Mayor Derek Wood, by order of the council.
Good evening. I'm John Hood, and I'm the branch manager at the Dumfries Library. This is a beautiful proclamation. I very much appreciate Mayor Derek Wood's outspoken and unwavering support of our library and for declaring September Library Card Sign-Up Month for the town of Dumfries. I'd just like to say a few quick words about the valuable resources that citizens can access with the public library card. There is no charge to receive a library card. And any resident above the age of 5 in Prince William County, the city of Manassas, and our reciprocal borrowing areas can receive a card. We also provide Chromebook laptops and mobile Wi-Fi hotspots for checkout, in addition to tech help classes provided by Prince William County's Digital Navigator every Thursday afternoon. Our digital library provides free access to thousands of online and digital resources, including ebooks, audiobooks, newspapers, and premium websites. The Dumfries Library is open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, and offers regular story times for families twice a month. In September, we are holding 2 special events for families: a story time hosted by the League of Women Voters on Monday, September 11th, and a 911 story time and touch a truck event on Monday, September 25th, with rescue vehicles that children can explore. I'm new to my role as branch manager of the Dumfries Library, and I've been impressed and honored by how welcoming the town has been to our library and how eager it is to include us in the town's initiatives. I look forward to collaborating with Mayor Wood and the town of Dumfries in the future. Thank you, and we will see you at the library.
Vice Mayor, you want to read the dispense?
Proclamation recognizing Hispanic Heritage Month. Whereas from September 15th, 2023 through October 15, 2023, the United States celebrates Hispanic Heritage Month. And whereas the town of Dumfries recognizes immense contributions of Latinos and celebrates Hispanic Heritage Month, heritage and culture. And whereas the Bureau of Census estimates the Hispanic population living in the United States at over 61 million, representing nearly 18% of the total population. And whereas Hispanics now represent the largest racial or ethnic minority group in the United States. And whereas Hispanics and Latinos represent 42% of the population in the town of Dumfries. And whereas Hispanic and Latino children are projected to represent 30% of the school students by 2027, and whereas Hispanic students represent the largest racial or ethnic minority group on college campuses in the United States, and the number of eligible Hispanic and Latino voters is expected to rise to 40 million over the next 10 years, accounting for 40% of the growth in eligible electorate in the United States by 2032. And whereas Hispanic-owned businesses represent the fastest growing segment of small businesses in the United States, growing at more than 15 times the national rate. And whereas Hispanic and Latino workers represent approximately 20% of the total civilian labor force in the United States. And whereas Hispanic Americans serve in all branches of the armed forces and have fought bravely in every war in the history of the United States. And now therefore be it proclaimed by the Town Council of Dumfries, Virginia, that the town of Dumfries proclaims September 15th, 2023 through October 15, 2023 as Hispanic Heritage Month. By order of the Town Council, Mayor Wood.
Good evening, council members. My name is Luis Aguilar and I'm the Virginia Director for CASA. And we're very thankful about the proclamation. And I was just conversing with our board member, Delegate Elizabeth Guzman. She's a board member at CASA, and the rest of our team about whether we recognize the investment and the efforts of not only the Latino community, but the immigrant community in Prince William County, in Fairfax County, in Richmond, or in other areas. And we were like, oh, we should engage them to make sure that we do so. It also reminded me of the exodus that after 2008, our community faced in Prince William County. And I know that the town of Dumfries is not separate from that, the exodus due to 287G. Our organization, CASA, is an immigrant rights organization founded over 35 years ago. And the foundation or the root of this organization is to fight not only for rights, but for justice and equity. And so for us to be recognized as a community, as an organization, it's incredibly important because we continue to be part of this community. We're not separate, but we're part of the community. And so we're very thankful about celebrating diversity, celebrating our community, and celebrating what we do at CASA. We do three main things. We do community organizing, which is what our organizing director, Eduardo Zelaya, does here. If he could wave his hand. We do community advocacy, which is what Christian does. And we do also community services. And so I'm here representing community services as well. We do a broad range of things. We are located in Potomac Mills. And again, we can only do the work through the support of people like you all who are dedicated to inclusion, diversity, and to really representing our community and our constituents really well. So once again, I just wanted to thank you. I'm not going to take all of your time because I'm very used to speaking in front of boards, and I am very able to take time. But more than anything, we're more than grateful and to receive the invitation to receive this and to highlight leadership the way that you do. So thank you so much.
All right, one last award or presentation. September 10th marks a grand celebration here in the town of Dumfries. It's actually, stand up, Pastor Henry, it'll be your 50th birthday. So stand up so the people can see you. So we here are thrilled to celebrate this milestone with you on behalf of the town of Dumfries. Your journey here in Dumfries to answer your call and being lead to open up Winners Church in 2010 with the vision of transforming this community has been inspiring. And so your dedication in this community to strengthen marriages through programs like Built to Last and the Making of the Queen is very admirable. And so your commitment to spiritual growth and empowerment, it shines through your ministry, it shines through your work, it shines through you and who you are. And what you did, we recognize you amongst COVID-19, being the one of the first to give out computers and all the work that you've done. What you do at your annual turkey drive, as you celebrate. I can't personally come on Sunday. I know the invitation is over, but we will have a resolution for your birthday that will be presented to you there on your day. So a happy birthday once again, Pastor Henry. He said he didn't see that come. All right, now we'll move on to the approval of our minutes from both the August 8th meeting and our extended work session.
Ms. Mayor,
Yes.
I move we approve the minutes from both our August meeting and the work session.
All right, it's been moved and second. Any further discussion? All right, seeing none. Is Councilman Brown? Did the second? All right. Okay, we can vote on them separate. We'll split it up. So we try because Councilman Pete wasn't there, so he wants to.
He can abstain, but he can vote even if you weren't there. It's just approval of the minutes. So
Disapproval of
it's
the
up to you
minutes.
either one.
Yeah. You want a separate motion or you want? How do you want to do it? Okay. Put it on. Okay. So the motion on the floor is approved both August 8th and the work session meetings. On the motion made by Chair Pro Tem has been seconded by Councilman Brown. I will call for the question. All right, Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Aye.
Councilman Fields.
Yes.
All right, Councilman Pete.
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem.
Aye.
Vice Mayor.
Yes.
And that's a yes for me. The minutes is approved. Next on our agenda is citizen comment period. Madam Clerk, is there any citizen signed up to speak tonight? Not on the public hearing, but just on anything in general.
Yes, sir. Miss Carrie Smith would like to speak tonight.
All right, Ms. Carrie, the floor is yours. All right, if you have, just state your name and address. You have 3 minutes to speak. The clerk will keep the time. She will kind of give you a hand when you get down 30 seconds. And then I go ahead. So the floor is yours.
Hello, my name is Carrie Smith. I live in Williamstown on Fort Fisher Court. And I am coming up, I am the Williamstown HOA president.
Oh, congratulations.
And one of the things I wanted to talk about today is the main road that goes through Williamstown, Old Triangle Road and Kearsarge. We're having a lot of issues with cars parking past the yellow line. And it's very dangerous for us to get out of our courts. I know personally today when I went to go pick up one of my other council members this afternoon, I almost got T-boned. And it's not just a one-time occurrence. It happens quite often. And I've had members of the community email me pictures as well of how close they are parking right up to the stop sign. It's especially bad during the holiday weekend, but that is its own can of worms. I never come up with a issue without a possible solution. One thing that I have thought about in the past, and I don't know how feasible this is, but something for consideration is the fisheye mirrors that go up. So if you look across the street at it, I can see the cars coming. And if we could do something along those lines, I've been told by our management company that we can't put them up because that's not our road and our property. So I'm coming to you all to ask for help for our community to keep not only my drivers safe, but we have a lot of young children that don't really have a place to ride their bicycles. So they do end up in the courts and sometimes on the streets, which I'm not happy about, but then we can at least see them and keep them safe as well. So that was a complaint we've been having, and I told them I would come and speak with you all. And if anyone has any questions, I'm more than happy to answer, but that's what I have.
Thank you for your time. We will duly note it.
Thank you.
All right. Was there anyone else signed up? All right. Was anyone that came in late that they get an opportunity to sign up for the? Okay, seeing none, I'll move on to council comments. Okay, Councilman Fields, did you have any comments tonight?
Good evening, and thanks for everyone coming out. I love to see a packed house, and when we do these awards and proclamations, it's good to see everyone come out. We've had a wonderful summer here in the town, a lot of great positive events, and there's more to come for the fall. So stay tuned for the fall. Again, stay safe, look out for the kids as he's playing and riding the bicycles in our streets, and look out for them as they're getting on the bus and coming off the bus, because we all need to protect our children. That's it. I was looking at.
Okay. Councilman Pete?
Pastor, I didn't know that our birthdays were so close together. Happy birthday to you and myself and all the other September birthdays this month. Our children are back at school, and I've been noticing a lot of speeding around the areas. Just keep in mind that mindful that our children are still kind of at play, even though they're back at school. I'm also looking forward to our fall festival coming up. If you can share this with your neighbors on your own social media, so we can get this thing back rolling, and even for our other events coming up towards the end of the year. I'm gonna save that one. And that's all I have, man. I'm gonna say it.
Councilwoman Peterson?
I just want to thank everyone that came out for our backpack drive. I want to thank Tangela and the staff that helped me get this thing together, and the summer interns that helped fill the backpacks. Thank you. And hopefully we can do it next year, bigger and better. That's all.
All right. Councilman Brown?
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to again congratulate the young folks that came out for the Leadership Award. And also, we have parents here. So I know that's a big part of those young folks being successful. So keep doing what you're doing. And we appreciate it from this end. And we know that your young ones will do well. And that's all I have tonight. Yeah.
Chair Pro Tem?
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say congratulations to all our kids that have returned back to school this year. Congratulations to your parents for you being back in school this year. It seems like we're off to a great start, and I wish you success for the school year coming through.
Vice Mayor?
Thank you. Congratulations again to all the youth who received their proclamations this evening. For those youth who did not receive proclamations this evening, please do not think that your leadership skills have gone unnoticed. We just didn't catch you this time, but you may be recognized on future events because this is something that I believe we will do every year. So keep doing what you're doing, because even if it doesn't get noticed for an opportunity for recognition, it definitely has an impact on the people around you. So if you are a leader, continue to lead, because you don't lead for recognition, you lead for impact. So keep doing what you're doing. And I also want to wish the educators, the students, the children a great school semester. Thank you.
Well said. I want to welcome each and every one of y'all here, especially those who here for the first time to our council meeting, and say thank you for taking an active interest in how our community is being governed. So give yourselves a round of applause, first of all. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you to everyone who reached out to me and showered me with birthday well wishes, prayers, and your kind words. I'm truly humbled by it all, and I'm pleased to be able to serve you. The beginning of September marks a time of transition. As the seasons change, our focus sometimes begins to shift towards endeavors that lie ahead. In sports, we call this the fourth quarter. You see on the sideline, us football players put up the number 4. For the purposes of our budget, it's just the second quarter, though. We're going to say, yeah, I play football. Absolutely. The beautiful thing about moving from one quarter to the next is we can begin to make adjustments as we move from quarter to quarter. It gives us opportunity to evaluate, to see how we can do better, how we can shift, how we can make those changes. Tonight, I wish to address a range of topics that reflect the heart and the spirit of how I feel the community is moving right now. First and foremost, I stand before you with a heavy heart. As we collectively mourn the tragedy that struck us on Saturday. One of our own family members in one of our communities passed away was murdered due to senseless gun violence. So we want to take a moment to offer our deepest condolences to the support of the affected family during this very painful time. This is a stark reminder that as a community, we got to strive to foster an environment of compassion, one of understanding and unity, where conflicts can be resolved peacefully and without harm. On a much happier note, I'm thrilled to share the excitement. The council last month, we got together for our extended work session. It was truly I think, joyous occasion where the voices of our community came together and it resonated strongly. I'm pleased to announce that coming soon out of that, we will be presented with a comprehensive report from our facilitator outlining our collective vision and mission for the town. The report will serve as the foundation of our legislative agenda package, which will be brought forth before the council in October. This session that we had was a shining example of how everyone's perspectives contribute to the shaping of a bright future of our beloved town. Also, a special shout out to Councilwoman Peterson and our town staff for putting together, I think, a brilliant back to school bash that kids were able to walk to and come out and celebrate and get something to eat and dance and just have a good time. And I ended up calling it a kickback because the kids start partying a little bit. I got that term from my kids. As we embrace this back to school season, we heard everybody pretty much talk about back to school. It's imperative that we recognize the significance of nurturing our youth and nurturing their leadership ability that lies on the inside of them. Our young minds are the architects of tomorrow. It's our responsibility to continue to provide them with guidance, to continue to encourage them, the opportunities they need to be able to thrive in a better future for tomorrow. Through education, mentorship, and empowerment, we can and we will continue to equip our youth to become the visionary leaders that our community deserves. Over the course of this month, which we call Youth Leadership Month, at our council meetings, we'll be recognizing the youth in our community. Our council has taken notice of the youth, and we personally have all selected youth with whom we see as emerging leaders. And as the vice mayor so eloquently said, if you don't get chosen this time, don't stop doing what you're doing. You all have a leadership gift on the inside of you. Continue to let your light so shine that people will begin to take notice of your good work and they will take value and all the resources attracted to the value that you bring through your leadership gifts. And so in closing, well, first, I want to remind you that we're in our last 2 months of our farmers market. If you haven't had the opportunity to come out, as Councilman Brown would say, please come out and support the farmers market here on Saturdays. We have a great watermelon man and fruit. And if we want them to continue to come back, us as a community have to come out and continue to support them. Our fall festival, save the date, is Saturday, September the 23rd. Staff has been working diligent to bring you some of the best entertainment for you to just come out and have a festive time amongst your community, to have a festive time with each other. So please schedule it. It starts early. I guess it's for the farmers market. It's from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Is that right, Tan? That's pretty early, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So it's an early festival. So come on out. In closing, my thought for the month is let us remember that every new day is an opportunity for growth and progress. As we face challenges, we face those challenges together, drawing strength from our unity and our shared hope for a better future. So allow me to leave you with the timeless words of Helen Keller. She said, optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and a little bit of confidence. So let us embody the optimists as we work collectively to build a future that reflects the very best of our community spirit. Thank you, community, for being here, your unwavering commitment to our town, and may our shared efforts continue to make it a beacon of strength, compromise, compassion, and promise. And next on our agenda is our reports and presentations. Our first report or presentation deals with a topic that a lot of our youth told us in the youth summit earlier this year. It was very important to them, and it's a topic of youth mental health. And to give us coping strategies about mental health, one of our school counselors, Mr. Mark D'Angelo, please make your way to the podium, sir.
Give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Mayor. So I'm Mark D'Angelo. I'm the school social worker at Forest Park High School. I've been at Forest Park for 16 years. I've been with Prince William County for 20. It's my 16th year, my 24th year with the county doing school social work. So I've presented on a lot of different things. I've even self-published a book, a young adult short story that kind of infuses some coping strategies and different things about overcoming obstacles and truly believing in the gifts you've been giving, recognizing those gifts and making those gifts work for you, as opposed to looking to see what everyone else has and what you don't, but looking at what you do have and making that work for you. So one of the things I was asked to talk about was about mental health, and I work with students every day. Basically, I'm a resource for all students at Forest Park. Any type of crisis that is going on or has happened, I'm usually called in to, or part of the team that gets called in to work with that youth, figure out what's going on, what's happening, why is that happening, and then collectively working with administration to find a solution. But so mental health impacts overall wellness, and because it keeps us from doing the tasks that we enjoy. So when you're feeling positive and you're feeling good, the endorphins are going through your body, you're seeking positive energy, you're feeling good, you're setting goals. Mental health can rip that away. Your thoughts and your feelings and behavior are all connected, but they're separate. And a lot of times we don't recognize that they're separate. And we create this perfect storm of negative thoughts, negative feelings, causing negative behaviors. So what I do is I run a coping skills group that breaks those things down over a 13-week period and really install change with our youth that are going through significant coping skills deficits. And so one of the indicators I wanted to, share with you is when you're looking at, when your children are struggling, you're looking at long-term changes, indicators. And those things can be anything from, anger. You were talking about teenagers. When you're going to have anger, you're going to have mood swings, you're going to have those types of things. When we're talking long-term, you're having thoughts of suicide, self-injury, withdrawing from friends, changes, dropping off school teams, removing friend groups that they've had for a long time. Those are the types of indicators you want to look at. And the more you see, the more you should become, the alarm should be going off that there's a concern. Dropping of grades, dropping off in attendance at school, obviously drugs and negative peer groups. So what I try and do is, like I said before, creating that awareness of thoughts, feelings, and behavior. And there are basic coping skills of taking time out, breathing, and things that I try and teach students that I work with to keep them in the classroom. One of those things is teaching everyone kind of a guided meditation moment of recognizing the most perfect place that they could think of, and that relaxing moment, and putting as every thought, feeling, sense that they can put into that. Like if it's at the beach, you can almost close your eyes and feel yourself at the beach. You could feel the sand in your toes. The more you can create that moment, the more you will feel your body relax. And in doing that, I then tell them to associate a color with that moment. And when they then see that color in the classroom, it can be a moment where they can relax. So if they're in the classroom and they're getting overwhelmed and their thoughts are going and they're racing and they can't get things to stop, I try and teach them that one little idea of look for that purple, find the purple in that room. And then they can zone in on it, and it'd be better for them to zone out for 2 minutes and collect themselves than to run out of the classroom or cause a disruption somewhere else. So that's kind of a basic idea. But then if they need to come out, then I will work with them however long it takes to get them to a place where they're comfortable. Noticing what this can do to someone's body. So if they're working at a level of significant emotional turmoil all the time, it's as if like you're running a marathon for 7 hours of your day. If you're in school and school causes emotional turmoil, and you're having to do that while having to take in new information from the teachers and being instructed, you cannot. And so there's going to be an avoidance behavior and a distraction, and it's going to cause problems. So trying to get them to recognize what their feelings are happening, like their heartbeats racing, this is happening. Slow down, control your breathing, control your heart rate so that you can focus on what the problem is. And I tell them it's sort of like what happens when you take a rock and you throw it into the water. And they all say, creates a big swirl, right? A big splash and a big swirl. So when you look at that from the outside, you see the big splash and you see all these things coming from it. and it looks like it's taking over the entire ocean, the big swirls. But really the problem was that rock. So if you can jump underneath the water and find the rock and remove it, you look up, all that stuff that came from it disappears. It fades into the background because none of that mattered. What mattered was the initial incident. And so if you can name it, tame it, and break it down, it becomes more manageable instead of allowing it to take over your life. And so these are, again, principles and things I try and teach kids every day, and try and keep them from self-harming, having issues with food, having issues with body image, suicidal thoughts, going to hospitals, sending them out for assessments. So these are, huge things that are going on, and we really try and get them to recognize and move forward. Every school has a school social worker. Every school has a school psychologist. Elementary schools, there's usually 2 social workers. There's a social worker at 2 schools, so they're shared. But at every middle school and every high school has a school social worker dedicated. Some high schools have 2 social workers at the building. At Forest Park, we have 8 counselors, school counselors. We have myself, a school psychologist, and all of us are there 5 days a week. And then we have a New Horizons therapist from the Community Services Board that's there about 4 days a week, just doing therapy. And so there's a lot of mental health. One thing I do is I'm not just there for the students, but I'm there for the parents. And so parents can contact me. I can then get information. So if they can't reach a teacher, my office is right next to the mailroom. I see everybody. It's like, hey, come here for a second. I got a parent that wanted to ask this question, and I can reach teachers. I can get the information on the inside, and then I can bring that. I could also find mental health services. I was able to pair a student who is transgender, trans male, with a trans male therapist who had openings, had someone that could go to the next day. And it was in this, I think they're in Woodbridge, but they're servicing Dumfries and the surrounding areas. So I can go in and I can find therapists. I can make those phone calls. I can find who's available. And then I would provide that to the parents and get them and say, call right now. They're answering the phone. You don't need to leave a message. So, so the social workers are there as a united bridging between family, school, and the community. And I actually want to apologize for not having come out sooner to a town hall in Dumfries, since I have been active in Williamstown. I've been active with St. Francis at one time, and I've been involved. I was at Dumfries Elementary School for a number of years, and I've, and paired with the social worker at Graham Park, and who was the ones at Triangle as well. So, who was actually don't recognize Tara Funches. She was recognized by this council at one point. So, so we're here to help. And that's what I try and do, is get kids to remove barriers so that they're available for learning. And like I said, I wrote a book. It's $6 on Amazon. The print cost went up. And then but I have copies here if you want to look at it, and I'll have it out front. But thank you for your time.
So Mark D'Angelo, Care Pro Tem?
Yes.
She wanted to say something to you while you're standing there. Mark.
Mr. D'Angelo. It's fine. I actually just wanted to sing your praises because I've had the pleasure. You probably don't remember me personally, but I remember you. You've helped me with the IP process very early on when my son was at Kilby.
Oh, wow.
And you came back and we worked.
Yeah, I was at Kilby for a long time.
Yeah.
I've been at 9 schools up and down the Route 1 corridor, actually.
Yeah, so I will say, even when we got ready to transition and get ready for services for his transition out of the K through 12 program, you were there to tell me what was in there. And so when he says he's there for parents as well, he truly is. And it's very helpful, always, willing to listen. So I just want to thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for reaching out to do this presentation. Absolutely. All right. Next on our agenda is we'll direct our attention to the screen. There'll be a presentation. Wait, let me just check. Do y'all need, because we're at the top of the hour, do y'all need 5 minutes? Okay. All right. Let me give them 5 minutes. Huh? Oh,
Before you do the 5 minutes, being that my student came in, I have a point of privilege to
okay.
go ahead and do that first. and then
Okay.
we
Do you
can
want
do
to
that.
bring them up so we can present it?
Well, let me go ahead and read it again so she can give her proper due, if you don't mind, everybody. Okay, thank you. All right, this is the do-over, and just allow us, because I believe our youth deserve all the praise. Youth Leadership Month proclamation for Soraya Coles. Whereas the future of our community flourishes under the guidance of its young leaders who embody dedication and venture. And whereas it is with profound admiration that we bring attention to Soraya Coles, an exceptional student of Hilton High School, whose steadfast commitment to education and virtuous character illuminate the path of leadership. And whereas Soraya Cole's unwavering pursuit of knowledge is evident through her impressive GPA of 3.6, a reflection of her diligence and tenacity in the face of academic challenges. And whereas Soraya Cole's exemplary conduct, staying resolutely out of trouble, exemplifies her maturity and sense of responsibility that resonates as a positive example to her peers. And whereas beyond her academic achievements, Soraya's role as a mentor to her younger siblings showcases her inherent leadership qualities and setting the stage for a promising future generation. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the town of Dumfries, with profound respect and appreciation, dedicates the month of September 2023 to honor the exemplary leadership displayed by Soraya Coles. As we celebrate Youth Leadership Month, we acknowledge her as an embodiment of diligence, virtue, and mentorship that has the power to inspire greatness in our community and beyond. Signed, Derek Wood, Mayor, Order to Council, 2023, September 5th. Again, thank you for your patience. Thank you.
In accordance with our health and wellness proclamation, take 5. Stretch. All right. I think everybody's all stretched. Relax. Now we'll move on to our presentation from the Citizen Management Suite. Kevin Strauss, welcome back from GoGov to give us his maybe a final presentation, another presentation. Where's Kevin? Welcome back.
Hello, members of the council. How's everybody doing this evening?
Great.
Thank you for having me back. I think, Mr. Mayor, the point of today was a quick 2-3 minute, just a reminder of what this is, and then to open it up to yourself and the rest of the board if y'all have any questions, additional questions at this point. If that's okay, that's okay with you.
The floor is yours.
All right, let me get my screen share going real quick. It's this guy. Excellent. So what we're looking at here is really two solutions kind of rolled into one for the town and its residents, really for two main purposes. The first being, hey, we want to push information out in bulk to folks in the community. And I heard a number of wonderful examples this evening of things that you have coming up that would be great things to push out through the solution. The fall festival, the farmers market, some upcoming, you had your council retreat recently, work session. These are all great examples of things that I think people in the community would like to know about. So we want to try to make it easy for both sides to deliver and receive that information. And then the other is going to be related to service requests. The idea that, hey, we'd like to maybe report things that we see, whether it's a pothole or the woman earlier who mentioned that maybe there's some parking that, people brush up against, the yellow line and it makes it difficult to see. So we want to make it an easy way for residents to report those. As well as for an easier way for the staff to track and manage the items that come in. And the focal point for these products from a resident's perspective is we're going to build a Town of Dumfries branded mobile app for them to download, free in the App Store and the Google Play Store. And basically as you could call it My Dumfries, Dumfries Connect, Access Dumfries, whatever you'd like. For example, this is Manassas, Virginia. They call their app Manassas Connect. And basically, let's just go for the resident's perspective. I'll put this on my phone in about 6 seconds, and it's going to be a quick, easy way to access all sorts of useful stuff from the town. Number one, all sorts of useful town information with these buttons. And these are a combination of shortcuts to pages of your existing website, click to dial phone numbers, pointing us to external agencies where information might be useful for us. The app is a vehicle through which we could receive alerts and updates for some of the things we just mentioned. These are real customer notifications you're seeing on my phone. Everything from like the electrical suppliers having some sort of problem, alternate side parking, water line breaks, city office closures, things like that. So in here, I'll be able to receive and view all sorts of notifications that you might send out. And then the last reason as the resident to have this is I'll be able to easily report things. So I can hit start request, see a listing of different types of issues that are available for me to send in. Kind of pick the one that makes the most sense for me, either snap a photo or grab a couple of photos out of my camera roll, answer any questions that you might have for me, and then go ahead and hit submit. And then that's magically routed to the correct department at the town that would be able to handle that. And while that's all happening, I'll always get little status updates as you guys are working on it through the app, letting me know, hey, your item's on hold, or hey, it's on the schedule to be completed, or ultimately, hey, your item's been fixed and here's why. And of course, there's a whole corresponding set of staff-facing software for this, for tracking and managing the work, running reports and analytics, drafting and sending out the messaging. But it's a good general overall kind of reminder of what I've been speaking with some of the town staff about. And would love to open up if any members of the council or you, Mr. Mayor, have any questions about the solution or how it might be able to help.
Thanks, Kevin, for your high-end representation. I just want to ask the town manager a question. So, did the staff have a recommendation? Have we looked at this? And if so, what's those next steps?
So the staff has recommended that we move forward with purchasing this software. The price is roughly $9,900. And the next step will be for us to sign the agreement and move into implementation.
Okay, and that's in the current budget presentation?
Yes, it is.
Okay, all right, that's all I wanted to know. Because I think that the last time we said we were all in agreement with moving forward, and I don't know if you need a motion for us to move forward here, or if y'all want to talk about it for the next 10, 15 minutes. It's up to the council. So I see all your lights is on, so we'll go through. Councilman Brown. She said she don't need no motion.
Vice Mayor said she.
Okay,
had a
go ahead.
mic first.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
I just had two questions. So I assume then that what this is that we're looking at now is what's been tailored to the town, because I know when we saw this the first time, this is everything that we can do. So what we have now is what has been tailored to Dumfries' needs based on him speaking to the staff and what would be best for us. Is that a correct assumption?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
Okay, and then the next question is, seeing how there are different platforms to this, is there going to be a separate platform for the staff's access, the council's access, and then of course, that's all separate from the citizens' access?
Yes, ma'am.
Just. Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Okay,
Okay, that's it for me. Thank you.
Welcome.
Councilman Brown.
wait a minute.
So I'm gonna be pretty transparent. I didn't like this. But this past weekend made me believe that we definitely need this just for the notification for our citizens. The way I found out about the homicide and the person that's been at large, everyone needs to know that. And this would have been a perfect application to just get that information to the citizens of Dumfries. My question is, you talked about downloading the app. Do you have to download the app to be able to receive a notification?
Sure, to receive it to your phone, yes, because it's through the app, sir, that notification comes. So when it pops up on one of your residents' home screens, it'll have your app name, your app icon. So they'll know it's directly. So for example, the one in the middle here, Cartersville, Georgia, it says My Cartersville. That's what the app is called. So we need a vehicle, sir, to push the information through. However, we also deliver via email. So for folks that maybe don't want to download an app, they can provide you an email address, as well as share to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn if the town uses any of those social medias. So the idea is to give a place where the staff can write a message once and then maybe send it to a few channels. Because as we all know today, in today's day and age, there's a lot of ways to communicate and a lot of ways to get information. So I can't sit here and say there's one avenue that's the best over others. So we're trying to give as many options as possible.
Okay, so you answered the question. You don't have to download the app. You can provide an email and get notifications.
Via email, you'll get the notification. Yes, sir.
Second piece is, so I see here your products, and I think Vice Mayor, I want to be clear that my understanding of what she asked. We don't get all these products for $9,900. We just get these specific pieces of the product.
You're getting on my screen, I'm sharing a slide, these first two, citizen notification and citizen request management, which actually encompass a lot. Actually, my last meeting, sir, with the town staff was the Public Works Department. And we uncovered like a bunch of good uses. For example, for their department, we can even do like time and material tracking. So we could start to put costs associated with jobs. There is a lot that goes in it. You're getting those first two columns there on the left. We have two other products that round out our suite, but those are potential future add-ons potentially should the town find the need. But right now we're focused on those first two columns, citizen notification and citizen request. And everything you're seeing in this slide deck is what comes with the modules that are being proposed.
Okay, and the last statement is for our town manager. It's marketing this particular application to the citizens and making sure that they know that this is available. We should be leaning forward on trying to make sure that our citizens actually are using this platform for whatever use that they feel fit. So that's.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
If I may, sir, just and Ms. Town Manager, just so you know, we have a marketing team and we're going to assign a member of the team to your account. And one of the first things they're going to do is build you one of these launch kits. And what this is a plethora of graphics and different resources that would include your app name, your personal QR code. And we share best practices from other municipalities in terms of how they've gotten the word out. And we'll actually set some check-in meetings with you throughout the first year and bring all the download numbers. So Mr. Councilman, like we're also on the same page. The platform, when it's resident facing, is only as good as the number of residents that know it exists and participate in it. So we're very much in alignment with that view, and we'll do what we can to assist the town in ideas and content, and then of course checking in to see if what we're doing is working. If so, double down on it. If not, adjust and change course.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
I actually like this, but I have a couple concerns and questions. First one for clarity. On the downloading of the app, I did hear that you it was kind of two-part. Can you clear that up for me as far as the downloading for the app and the email process that you were speaking of?
Yes, sir. So in the notification part of this, where you as a town are kind of one way pushing out information, there's essentially a couple of different ways to receive it as a resident. The easiest one is, hey, I've downloaded the app. That's it. That's all I have to do. And now I'm getting everything you're sending in a push alert, which is what you're seeing on my screen on this phone here through these different apps. The other thing that we can do is deliver via email. And the way as a resident, I could get my email address on that list is either A, the town has an existing email list, which we could import when we start working together, and or B, we can give you a little something to put on your website that basically says, sign up here to receive information from the town. They type in an email, and then they'd be receiving the messages that you send. Or an alternative C, you run into a constituent, they let you know, hey, this is what we want to do. You just shoot an email to our support team with the email address. We'll get it added on in there for you. So we do unlimited support and training to make sure we can help you guys out whenever you need.
Okay. Thank you for that. Also, on the site itself, with some of the applications that you guys have on the app itself, can you take out an ad? Yeah, I'm not for sure what you call it, icons or whatever, however you guys use.
The applets, yes, sir. No, you were very close. That was actually the closest I think anyone's gotten. Absolutely. So not only can we do that anytime, and we do, like I said, unlimited support and training, but just to give you a quick look, this is the staff-facing software. It's easier than probably using today's social media platforms to adjust the app. So here's my app settings. Like if you wanted to put a new image, you just upload it here. We actually have one customer, they changed their photo monthly on the app from a resident photo submission. So that was a cool idea we've seen them do. And then here, sir, is a listing of the buttons on the app. To change the order, I simply drag and drop them. If I want to remove one, I click the little X. If I want to add one, I click add. So very, very easy management. And again, unlimited training and support to make sure everyone's well-versed on how to do this, or for us to just do it for you, because sometimes that's just a little bit easier.
Okay, thank you for that. All right, you said there was 9,900 for the application process itself. Is there a cost to maintain the application?
So that is the cost, sir. We're an annual subscription. So it's only a one-year commitment at a time. The annual fee is $9,900. In there, we do unlimited users, unlimited remote training, unlimited support, unlimited downloads, the marketing. So really an all-encompassing number to help the town roll this out and make it a really successful project. And again, if, for example, for some reason after the first year, you felt like this didn't provide us with the value that we had hoped it would, you don't have to continue on. You're only ever committed to 1 year at a time.
Got it. Okay, part way of that also, you said there was a marketing team that's going to be assigned to this town, I guess you said?
Yeah, so when you become a customer, we'll take a member of our marketing team, they'll get assigned to your account, and say you guys tell us, oh, you work with the deputy city manager on the marketing. They'll meet, and we're not going to necessarily market, sir, on behalf of, like, we're not a full-blown marketing agency, but what we want to do is speak with you, learn about how your community engages, and then from there, get you materials and content and graphics, or share things other similar communities have done to get the word out. I'll give you a good example, sir. We have one community in upstate New York. They have such a huge library presence. It's like the beacon of their community. So they made custom bookmarks with the app and the QR code. Another one just recently had a big parade, and they made some little keychains that they gave out. So just examples of things like this, where we can like speak with you about things you have coming up and try to identify very cost-effective ways to let residents know, hey, this is something that's definitely worth checking out.
Got you. Is there a cost for that, or is that included to the 9,900?
That's included, sir.
Okay, thank you. Regulations for the town citizens, is this geared to just the town citizens, or does this include the town businesses also, to where they're actually allowed to reply onto the website also, or is this just geared for the citizens?
It could be whatever the town decides. There's really no parameters in which we could like block someone that's a business member versus a town resident. I think it's really anyone that has a vested interest and interacts frequently with the community. When it relates to the pushing out of information, sir, that would be up to the town if you want to push out things that are, business owner related or not. And then vice versa on like the service request submission or the issue submission. you're ultimately in control over what those issues are that residents or users of the app would choose from when they're submitting. So, for example, say there's a problem on a sidewalk, a business owner might have the same complaint as a resident, walking their dog, walking by. So I don't know that it always makes sense to make that delineation, but my best answer I could give is ultimately it is really up to the town and like kind of how we roll it out. But I think if you ask me, what do we see elsewhere? It's people that either work in the community all day and or live there typically tend to be the heaviest users of the solution.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. One more, and this is directed for the town manager. My suggestion of speaking on what Councilman Brown was just talking of a way to get this out to the citizens is if we can, when we get the newsletter together, if we can include this into the newsletter so we can get this out to the citizens. Outside of that, very well put together. And thank you again. Thank you, town manager. Thank you, our presentator.
Yes, sir. The newsletter actually was issued this evening. We will put it in the next issuance of it.
Thank you, town manager. Excellent.
Councilman Brown.
So I'm sorry, the 9,900, is there a limit on I guess clients? Is there a base for that 9,900? So if we get 500,000 clients that download this, is that going to be an issue?
No, sir. As a matter of fact, the reason we added the marketing services just at the top of this calendar year was we want you to get as many downloads as possible, because you have to think you're our customer, right? The residents are your customer. The more customers you have, the happier customer you are of ours. So no issue at all. We want to help you get as many downloads and users as you can.
Thank you, Kevin, for your presentation. Well done, as always. We look forward to seeing you again in the future. Thank you for working with us.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I appreciate your time.
All right. Next on our agenda is our FY 2023-24 budget amendment presentation from our Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Stacy Jordan. No relation to Michael.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of council, town manager. This is a quick presentation of the 23-24 amended operating budget. Some of the key management approaches were, can't really see it, sorry. Reporting capabilities, separating the departments out, sprucing up for public works, as well as planning, finance, and then improving, thank you, zoning and permitting as well. There was funding for the class compensation study. Thank you so much. There we go. Funded strategic plan development, funding the compensation plan for mid-year implementation, and partly funding the town master plan and CIP. That is the organizational chart. So we have town focus areas until the strategic plan is completed: to promote, support, provide, and celebrate. The ABCs of budgeting, accounting, balancing, and continue to build the town's fund balance. Key considerations for the fiscal year 23-24 amended budget. Revenues were reevaluated for the late opening of the Gaming Emporium. The anticipated opening was January of 23-24. However, the Emporium will not be opening until July of 24-25. To compensate for the revenues and continued operation, ARPA lost revenue funds was being used to do the amended budget, and we received additional funding from the VDOT highway maintenance of $72,000. The first column is the adopted and the second column is amendment. As you can see, there was a change in revenues of about $650,000 or 6.15%. So anytime budget changes of 1%, we have to come back before council. Okay. Are there any questions?
All right, council, any questions on the budget presentation? All right, seeing nothing later on, we'll schedule a public hearing.
Yes, sir. We have a resolution coming up
I do.
later this evening to schedule a public hearing on September the 19th.
Okay, stand by.
I do.
Councilman Pete has a question for you.
Yes.
No question, just a comment. Town manager and Stacy, I want to say thank you for this. Definitely town manager for updating this and bringing us up to par of something that we like. This looks real good, versus what we had in the past. And I just want to say thank you all. And again, congratulations on the new position and
Thank you,
everything.
sir.
And we're
Thank
glad to have you on board
Thank
and
you.
continue the great work, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next and final presentation is a presentation and introduction of our new town employee from our town manager.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of Town Council. I am pleased to announce that we have a new employee. His name is Reginald Tabor. He is our Director of Planning, Community, and Economic Development. Mr. Tabor will say a few words briefly. Thank you.
Good evening. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to serve the town of Dumfries. I look forward to working with you all, the community, the council, to realize the thriving Dumfries of our future. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome, Mr. Tabor. All right, moving to our action items and our public hearing items. I think a lot of you have been in anticipation of this. Our first public hearing is to approve the conditional use permit CUP 23-001. We'll bring up Mr. Tabor, our Director of Planning, Community, and Economic Development.
Okay, I think, is the presentation coming up?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Honorable Mayor, Vice Mayor, Chair Pro Tem, and members of the Town Council, the town of Dumfries received a request from Winners Church to operate an assembly hall at 17845, 17863, and 17877 Old Triangle Road. Per Town Code Section 70-247B, assembly halls are allowed pursuant to a conditional use permit. Furthermore, Town Code Section 70-10 provides that the Town Council shall issue a conditional use permit if the proposal will not adversely affect the health, safety, or welfare of persons residing or working in the neighborhood, and the use will not be detrimental to public welfare or injurious to the property or improvements of the neighborhood. Also, traffic congestion, noise, lights, dust, odor, fumes, and vibrations with regard to timing of operations, screening, and other matters might be regulated to mitigate adverse impact. The proposal will conform with the town's comprehensive plan. Staff has determined that the proposed use is consistent with the comprehensive plan. In addition, staff concludes that the proposal will not adversely affect the health, safety, and general welfare of persons occupying the site, as well as those in the neighborhood and the vicinity of the neighborhood and the site. The Planning Commission voted to recommend Town Council approval of the application, and staff recommends that the council approve this application with reference development conditions. One, that it runs with the land indicated in the application and is not transferable to other land. That it requires a building permit as determined by the Public Works Director, and that it requires a certificate of occupancy. Thank you for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Council, any questions on the staff presentation? All right. We're looking for a motion based on the staff recommendation.
Motion.
Okay, it's
Mr.
wait, I'm sorry. I know, I'm sorry. Excuse me, I moved too fast. All right, seeing that there's no questions on the staff presentation, we will now open up the public hearing. Madam Clerk, is there anyone scheduled to speak on behalf?
Yes, sir. Pastor Henry would like to speak in favor of.
Just a few minutes. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity and the privilege to come up here once again. Today, I'm not giving the invocation. I'm just here to say thank you for acknowledging my 50th birthday. It means a lot to me. Here with me are members of the Winners family. It's a church we started here about 13 years ago. And by God's grace, the church has grown. We've been in search of our own place. We've been renting for that's a number of years, 12 going to 13 now. And God led us to this very, very property. And so far, we've seen the hand of God. Everything has been moving smoothly. And we are just here today to ask that you let us continue the good work we're doing here in the town of Dumfries. It's been a home for me since I got married to my beautiful wife here 20 years ago. Dumfries has been my home. My three daughters raised here, and the church is thriving, and we're looking for somewhere to expand and again continue to give back to this great community. It's not time to go anywhere else, and we still love what is happening here. And once again, thank you all for the time. God bless you also. Thank you.
Madam Clerk, is there anyone else signed up?
No, sir.
Okay. Is anyone that needed to speak on behalf of that conditional use permit? All right, seeing none, I now close the public hearing. All right, with the public hearing now being closed, Mr. Pete, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I would like to make a motion
Okay,
that we move forward with the conditional use permit for the location that Winners Church is trying to seek.
Second.
okay, it's been motion, it's been second, discussion, Mr. Fields?
Discussion, no, just a comment. Thank you for remaining in the town of Dumfries. I've known you guys for a long time, and the area and the property about to purchase, I patrolled that for a long time when I was on the police department. So I believe your safety is first, and I believe it's a very safe area for you to be. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Pete?
Just want to say thank you guys. You guys, I don't know of another business that fought as hard as you guys do to want to continue to do work in this town. Not only godly work, but also community and family work. Pastor, you're leading the charge. That's mighty. Be ready for what's about to happen to you with great blessings and things like that. Be ready for that, Pastor. You know, you've been, with me outside for many years. And it's just marvelous to see a business stand in this town that want to do work for this community, that does work for the children, that does work for the seniors. And now you're starting to do work with the town of Dumfries governmental body itself. And I just want to say thank you all, everybody that's within you guys' church, from the children, from the parking lot to all the way up to you and to the Lord. Just thank you guys, and Winners family, get yourselves ready for some more blessings. Get yourselves ready.
All right, it's been a motion to take the staff recommendation. It's been second, motion by Mr. Peak, second by Chair Pro Tem. Seeing no further discussion, I will now call for the question. All right, Councilman Pete.
Absolutely.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilman Fields.
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem.
Aye.
Vice Mayor.
Yes.
That's a yes for me. That motion carries 7-0. Congratulations. Next on the agenda is a request to schedule a public hearing on September 19th, 2023 for a zoning text amendment for billboard signs, initiating resolution for zoning text amendment. Okay. The floor is yours, Nick, our principal planner.
Hello, council members. Hello, everyone again. So the zoning text amendment you have before you all, is this on? Yeah. The zoning text amendment you have before you all will be a amendment to the non-conforming sign section of the ordinance, as well as the condemnation section of the non-conforming use article. Our current ordinance is not up to state code. And the purpose of these amendments are to bring the ordinance up to state code. Currently, we're not allowing any property owners to move billboard signs anywhere onto any portion of their sign of their parcel, with the ability, or with the proposed amendments, we would be permitting those property owners who have billboards to move them onto another portion of their parcel, which is supposed to be permitted per state code. And that is basically, that's all this includes. It's just those small two changes to our town code. And that is it for me.
Okay, council, any questions on the presentation? And this is to request a public hearing on the 19th.
Yep, on the 19th, yep.
You have a question? Okay, I just want to ask, and maybe this is a question for our legal counsel. With this, as we update the zoning ordinance, I know one of the things that came up 5-6 years ago is on these billboards, we have no ability to collect any type of revenue, I guess, outside of the real estate tax.
That's correct, yeah.
You said, yeah, that's correct. So I'm thinking as we put that, so there's no like business requirement, just somebody can just put a billboard and they just collect revenue.
Actually, no, that it's, and
I mean, not just put up a bill, but I know the billboard collects money for the advertisement, but we we charge no B-pole and nothing like that on it.
to my knowledge, no. No, I'd have to look to see if you have the authority to do it, but the answer is no right now. And the particular reason for making the changes with respect to these legal non-conforming billboards, because billboards are not allowed generally under the town zoning ordinances, is because with the widening of Route 1 and the realignment, if they cannot move them, which they're allowed to do under the state code, then the cost for compensating the landlord, the landowners goes up in huge amounts if they have to remove the billboard completely. And that's the purpose of the state statute had in terms of allowing localities to add these changes to their ordinance. So it's specifically for these legal non-conforming ones.
Got it. Understood. Chair Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mayor. So this may be directed at either Nick or Ms. Pandak. Is there a process for applicants who would like to put billboards up? I mean, what would we do if somebody wanted to put up a billboard that was unfavorable or that was not necessarily in poor taste? Is there any way to police that?
I think there are two aspects of that. Nick, do you want to talk about the zoning aspect?
Yeah.
I'll talk about the First Amendment aspect.
Yeah, so there's a few things. So one, per Reed versus the town of Gilbert, which is a land use law case in 2015, you cannot regulate what's on the sign. You can only regulate the size of the sign. So in the location, so technically speaking, you could have a sign like that, but also because they're not permitted in the town of Dumfries, they would need to petition the town council for a zoning text amendment to permit that billboard sign as a permitted use. Because currently, I believe there's 4 of them in the town of Dumfries currently. All of them were created prior to the creation, I believe, of even the zoning ordinance in 1979. Which makes them legal non-conforming. So hypothetically speaking, it's in the realm of possibility, but they would have to pay a substantial amount of money to apply for the zoning text amendment and go through the process with planning commission and town council. So ultimately, town council is the final approval authority on this. You're welcome.
All right, so we're looking for a motion to schedule this public hearing.
I'd like to make a motion that we move forward with the public hearing.
Second.
All right, it's been motion and second to schedule a public hearing for September 19th for zoning text amendment for the billboards. On a motion made by Councilman Pete and second by the Vice Mayor. Seeing no further discussion, I call for the question. Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilwoman Peterson,
Aye.
Vice Mayor,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem.
Aye.
Councilman Fields.
Yes.
Councilman Pete.
Yes.
And that's a yes for me. That motion carries 7-0. Next on our agenda is regular public hearing for September 19th to consider an amendment to the town code regarding criminal background checks. Have a good day, town manager.
Ms. Ennis is referring to me for a moment. on
Okay.
this, So
All right,
I'll
so
be brief. There is the ability to do background checks within certain parameters of future town employees. However, in order to do that, you have to follow the specific parameters of the state code in that regard. And we are updating to the town code in order to adopt the ordinance that is required by the state code. So major differences. This is an update. We've been getting background checks in the past, apparently. That will continue, just making it clear that we're doing it in accordance with state statute.
all right, council, any questions on it? All right, looking for a motion to schedule the public hearing, September 19th.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and second to schedule this public hearing. Motion made by Chair Pro Tem, second by the Vice Mayor. Okay, any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for the question. Councilwoman Peterson.
Aye.
Councilman Pete. Oh, Councilman Brown, Fields.
Brownfield?
Fields. All right, Councilman Brown.
Aye.
All right, Chair Pro Tem,
Aye.
Vice Mayor,
Yes.
and that's a yes for me. Motion carries 6-0, and with Pete being away. All right, next on the agenda is a resolution to schedule a public hearing on September 19th to consider an ordinance amending our fiscal year 2023-2024 budget in the amount of $10,072,287.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, you have before you a resolution to schedule a public hearing for September 19th. As previously stated in a presentation, the town budget has been amended. That's approximately 6.15% in a decrease. So we have, by state law, we have to bring it back before council and have a public hearing.
Okay. And there's been no change in no tax rates?
No change in the tax rate, sir.
Very well.
So moved.
All right, it's been moved.
Second.
Moved by Vice Mayor, second by Chair Pro Tem. All right, any discussion on the motion? All right, seeing none. Councilman Fields,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem,
Aye.
Vice Mayor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson,
Yes.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
That's a yes for me. That motion carries 6-0. All right. Next on the agenda is a resolution appointing Reginald Tabor as the zoning administrator. Our town manager.
Yes, sir. Mayor, members of council, Mr. Nicholas Cicero has resigned from his position with the town. We wish him nothing but the best in his next endeavor. And with that, we have to appoint a new zoning administrator. So that is my recommendation to town council that we appoint Mr. Reginald Tabor as our zoning administrator until we hire a new one.
Council, any questions? All right, seeing none. Chair Pro Tem.
I move we approve the resolution appointing Mr. Tabor as his own administrator.
Second.
It's been motion, second by Councilman Fields. Seeing no discussion, I'll call for the question. Okay, Vice Mayor,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem,
Aye.
Councilman Fields,
Yes.
Councilman Brown,
Aye.
Councilwoman Peterson,
Yes.
Councilman Pete.
Yes.
And that's a yes for me. Next is the final action resolution amended town manager employee agreement. Town attorney.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. A couple of meetings ago, the town council amended the town code with respect to the authority of the town manager. This is to simply incorporate into section 6.2 of the town manager's employment agreement, the changes that were made to that. There was a general provision that captured that if the town code changed, the agreement was changed, but this makes it clear so that you don't have to go back and forth between the ordinances and the employment agreement to have the clear language.
Council, any questions? Okay. Seeing none, we're looking for a motion to approve the resolution amending the town manager's employment agreement.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
All right, it's been moved by Phil, second by Vice Mayor. All right, seeing no discussion, I'll call for the question. Councilmember Pete?
Absolutely.
Councilmember Fields?
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem?
Aye.
Councilwoman Peterson?
Yes.
Councilman Brown?
Aye.
Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Yes, for me, that motion carries like 7-0. All right. All right, final item on the agenda is closed session. All right, whereas the Town Council of Town Dumfries desires to discuss in closed meeting the following 3 matters. 2 personnel matters pursuant to Virginia Code 2.2-3711 Alpha 1 relating to the discussion, consideration, or interview of prospective candidates for town attorney and the discussion of the 90 days performance review of the town manager.
The deputy clerk placed the wrong agenda in the packet.
Oh,
Resolution.
I mean, that's right. Okay, I knew it was another item. Okay, yes, I forgot, but National League of City Black Hole. You pass it down. Yes, sorry, one other item. Before we get to close session. Okay. All right. This is a final resolution to support outdoors for all sponsors for the National Black Caucus of local elected officials, whereas access to outdoor recreational activities is crucial for physical and mental well-being of individuals, fostering healthier lifestyles and strong communities. Whereas the Outdoors for All Act seeks to enhance accessibility to outdoor spaces for activities for all Americans, regardless of age, ability, and background. Whereas the Outdoors for All Act aims to invest in outdoor infrastructure, expand recreational opportunities, and protect public lands and waters for future generation. And whereas the Outdoors for All Act also recognizes the importance of promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion in outdoor spaces, ensuring that all Americans have equal opportunities to enjoy nature and its benefits. And whereas the Outdoors for All Act proposes the establishment of a dedicated fund to support outdoor recreational programs and initiatives, providing necessary resources for their implementation. And whereas the Outdoors for All Act seeks to create jobs and boost local economies through increased outdoor tourism and recreational activities. Whereas the Outdoors for Act has garnered widespread support from environmental organizations, outdoor industry leaders, and recreational enthusiasts nationwide. Therefore, be it resolved that the National Black Caucus of local elected officials supports the Outdoors for Act. Recognizing this, be it further resolved that we ensure that outdoor recreation, be it further resolved that we commit to actively advocating for Outdoors for All, engaging with stakeholders, and raising about the importance of equitable access. Be it further resolved that the Town Council of Dumfries will collaborate, work with these organizations, agencies as well for the Outdoors for All Act, leveraging collective efforts to advance its passage and implementation. All right. So we just want a motion to accept this and send this up so it could be on our.
So move.
Okay.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All right. Any discussion? Seeing none, I call for the question. Councilman Brown, senior.
Aye.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Aye.
Vice Mayor.
Yes.
Councilman Fields.
Yes.
Councilman P.
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem.
Aye.
And that's a yes for me. That motion carries 7-0. All right. I miss anything else on the agenda? Okay. All right. All right. Whereas the Town Council now desires to have a discussion of the following matters in closed session: 2 personnel matters pursuant to Virginia Code 2.2-3711 Alpha relating to discussion, consideration, or interview of prospective candidates for town attorney, and a discussion of it should be a 60-day performance review of the town manager. 1 matter of discussion, legal counsel of actual litigation to CCATT LCC versus the Town of Dumfries, CL 21002032-00 pursuant to Virginia Code 2.2-3711 Alpha 7. And one matter discussion of legal counsel regarding specifically the matter, the advice of counsel, lobbyist contract pursuant to Virginia Code 2.2-3711 Alpha 8. And whereas pursuant to Virginia Code 2.2-3711 Alpha 1, 7, and 8, discussion of such matters may occur in closed session. So we need a motion.
So move.
It's been moved by the Vice Mayor,
Second.
second by Chair Pro Tem. Any discussion on the motion? All right, seeing none, I will call for the question. Councilman Fields,
Yes.
Councilman Pete,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem,
Aye.
Vice Mayor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson,
Yes.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
So yes for me. That motion carries 7-0. Do y'all need to get something to drink? Are y'all good? Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll convene immediately in closed session.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, we're going to start with a certification at closed meeting first. Is that correct?
As always.
Thank you, sir.
I'm ready to come out of closed session. All right, whereas the town council of Dumfries has convened in closed session this day pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act. Whereas the Virginia Code 2.2-3712 requires a certification by the town council that such closed meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now therefore be it resolved, I guess,
So moved.
okay, it's been moved.
Second.
That the town council of Dumfries certifies that to the best of each member, only public business matters lawfully exempt from open meeting requirements by Virginia law were discussed in the closed meeting to which the certification resolution applies. Only such public business matters as were identified in the motion convening the closed meeting were heard, discussed, or considered by the town council. A motion made by Chair Pro Tem, second by the Vice Mayor. Councilwoman Peterson.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Vice Mayor.
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem.
Aye.
Councilman P.
Yes.
Councilman Fields.
Yes.
And that's a yes for me. All right, any action?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I would like to make a motion to direct town staff to proceed with the direction of the conversation that took place in closed session.
Second.
Okay. All right, there's a motion and there's a second. All right, I'm gonna call for the verbal vote here. Councilwoman, hey, Ms. Panic, you okay with that motion? Okay. All right, Councilwoman Peterson.
Aye.
Councilman Brown.
Nay.
Vice Mayor.
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem.
Aye.
Councilman Fields.
Nay.
Councilman Pete.
Yes.
And it's a no for me. All right, any other action?
Yes, we have one more motion, Mr.
One
Mayor.
more motion. Wait. Yeah, 4-3. It motion carries. Yeah, that's the next motion. Yeah, I'm saying it's the next motion.
Ms. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution to approve a settlement as to the town's attorney fees and litigation. And what? Whereas the acting town attorney and the law firm of Harmon, Clayton, Corrigan, Wellman have recommended that the town accept a settlement of the outstanding matter of attorney's fees in the pending matter of CCATT LLC versus Town of Dumfries CL 21002032 tax 00. Now therefore be it resolved that the town council of the town of Dumfries hereby approves the proposed settlement and authorizes the acting town attorney and town manager as appropriate to execute the necessary documents once they are prepared. So moved.
It's been moved.
Second.
Second by the Vice Mayor. Any discussion on the motion? Okay, seeing none. Councilman Fields.
Yes.
Councilman Pete.
Yes.
Vice, Chair Pro Tem.
Aye.
Vice Mayor.
Yes.
Councilman Brown.
Aye.
You must be tired. Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
And that's a yes for me. That's a yes for me. All right. Any further action to take from closed session? Okay, seeing none, this meeting is adjourned.